Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. In front of us we have the Raddy RF320. This is an AM, FM stereo, weather alert, air, VHF, shortwave, portable radio with Bluetooth, MP3 player, and recording functions. You can find this selling on Amazon USA for $74.99 for the tan version, and the gray version at $79.99. Though this recently had a 10% off coupon, bringing the price down to $68 to $72 respectively. Not a bad deal for a fun radio. So during this video, I'm just going to go over basic features of it, kind of give you a general idea of how to use all these buttons, because it's not very intuitive if you just picked it up and started using it without reading the manual, and the manual isn't fantastic, so hopefully with this video you'll get a better understanding of your radio and what it can do. So again, just basic functions. Now I do have the official review up here, which I'll do band scans and everything in there. Here we're not going to focus on that, we're just going to focus on functions. So let's check this out. So the Raddy RF320, it has a corresponding optional app you can use with it, and right now it is showing app control is enabled. You do not need an app to run this radio, which is fantastic. They just added a new feature where you're able to record directly from the radio by just double tapping the lock button. That is one major improvement on this radio. With the original model, you needed the phone to initiate recording. Now you do not. Just double tap the lock button. Thank you for the update, Raddy. Awesome. So yeah, here we are with the Raddy RF320. We'll score basic features, and we'll get right into the button combinations and what you can do with the radio as far as tuning and getting around and enjoying the radio. So left-hand side, we got a flashlight. We turn it on with the little orange button up here. It says Light SOS. Press it on. Press it off. Pretty simple. If you press and hold, it'll fire a siren and flash this light. Go to the front here. We got a digital display showing a clock. We can have an alarm set if we want. And when we turn on the radio, we'll have frequency information and what band you're on and different things. As you can see, we got a little micro SD card symbol. It's installed. App control is enabled. And our battery life. Nice. Now this light can be turned on and off, as well as the light behind this dial here. And on the back, there's RGB lights that can also be turned on and off. And I'm going to show you how to do that too in this video. I guess while I'm on the back here, there's a spot for replaceable 18650 flat top. Yes, this radio uses that, which is fantastic. So you can put any type of upgraded battery you want. It ships with a 2000 milliamp hour battery. It's pretty good about not draining it quickly. So definitely you can upgrade if you're running it a lot. But if you have it sitting on the shelf, it'll definitely not drain for quite a while. I mean, I've had mine sitting for a month or two without charging it, which is fantastic, as long as it's not being used heavily. So you can see it's a super bass. Back here we got a reflex for the speaker. It's got a lot of bass to this radio. We have some QR codes on the back for the app control if you need to. Again, you do not need it to operate this radio. It's optional. Some people don't want to mess with the apps, and I don't blame them. I don't really want to use an app, but it's kind of convenient. You'll get to see that. Okay, so looking at the radio, we got a top marquee light that has a nice little spectrum. You'll see it in action in a moment. We got a coarse tuning. This goes through, you can go through the band really quickly. Just use this. Very nice. I like having this. I use this quite often. Instead of just trying to jump through here or manually entering numbers here, just use this and get to your frequency really quick. That's a handy thing to have. 2-inch speaker with, like I said, a lot of bass to this thing. It's one of those special speakers that really hammers. You can see a bunch of buttons here, and we'll talk about them in a moment, but we got a sub-band, a band button, lock function. Again, double tap to start recording and stop recording. You do not need the app anymore for that. Fantastic. Loving it. Pause, play, Bluetooth, volume up and down. Functions here. The light control we'll talk about. Step we'll talk about. EQ functions we'll talk about. Memory. Tuning up and down. Browsing up and down. Of course, track forward, track back. Fast forward, rewind. You get the idea. We could do a mode button. That changes our marquee status up here. And of course, disables Bluetooth. Power button. Sleep function right there. Right hand side, we got our FM stereo listening for our headphone jack. Auxiliary input, which is nice. USB-C charging, and of course PC connectivity. This connect as a card reader, which is nice, but I'd recommend just taking the card out and using a dedicated reader. But charges at 1 amp. So if you're wondering if your battery's a little on the weak side, put a battery that can handle a 1 amp charge. Our micro SD card slot's populated right now with a 16 gigabyte, but I think you can go up to 256 as long as it's FAT32. On the side here, we have a shuttle, which is fine-tuning on the radio, and also acts as a shuttle for track control and your preset control. So you can go through your presets with this as well. A little carry points for a little strap that comes with the radio. And of course, we already showed you the back, and the bottom has 2 little feet. Nice. So there we are. That's a basic overview of the radio. And for size comparison, we got a CC pocket. Okay, again, you can look at the official video where I go into more detail on these things. Iron Man, he's ready for a challenge, man. Yes, he is. All right, so let's go over the radio and different things. I want to talk about it for useful functions. It has 995 presets, which is a lot of presets. It has 199 per band, except, of course, the weather band. So you got 100 on AM, FM, airband, VHF, and shortwave. Everything you need, which is fantastic. If you want to do auto-tune and save, press and hold the band button. Press and hold, it automatically searches the entire band and saves anything it finds on the band, which is nice, but it takes some time. But you can do that automatically by just holding the band button when on the radio band you're on. Very simple. And of course, sub-band, when you're on the meter band. For shortwave, just hit the sub-band button. It takes you through the shortwave band fairly quickly. Again, nice feature. Just tap that, off you go. All right, so there's a lot. Like I mentioned, the lock button locks the radio down, of course. Unlocking and, of course, double tapping it lets you record the radio. Now, if you turn the volume down to 1, it still records. If you go to 0, it records silence, unfortunately. But if you put it on 1 and hit record, it records a little higher volume. I think it has like a line level. So I think it automatically adjusts to like maybe like level 8. I don't know the exact level, but when you're recording, it definitely records a little higher level. So that's good. Yeah, so I mentioned that. The pause play button, pretty straightforward. Again, we're going to talk about more of these functions. But what I find most useful is turning on and off these lights and different things. So as you can see, these lights are on. I want to be able to turn like this light, say auto, this one off, and those red RGB on and off. Because I don't see these and they're in the back. They're kind of fun, but if you don't need them, turn them off. Save the juice for recording and radio purposes. That's me. So let's go ahead and do that. So with the radio in the clock mode, which it is because we're in app control mode right now, if the app wasn't connected, it would automatically turn off completely. So if you are using the app all the time, you may have to keep your radio plugged in quite a bit, keeping it charged, because it's like in an on state. It's a Bluetooth connected state. That way you can turn the radio on with the remote here app, which is nice, but again, draws on the battery. Okay, so let's go ahead and explore turning these lights on and off independently. So what you do when you're in the clock mode, so if the radio is off and there's nothing showing, you'd press the power button to get to the clock mode. Once the clock mode's showing, you hit the light button here, which is the volume up. So you press and hold this, and it'll take you to a menu. It'll say L1. That's this screen right here. You can turn it to auto or on all the time. We're going to go to auto, so it turns off. If you hit this button again, it goes to L2, which is this light here behind the coarse tuning knob. We're going to turn it off. It just turned it off. We'll turn it back on. Now it's back on. You see how that works? Very simple. Now, if you wait too long, it'll exit this menu. We're going to hit this again. Go to L3. That's the RGB on the back. We're going to turn them off. We just turned them off. We're going to turn them back on. And there they are back on. So we're going to go ahead and just make sure they're off, because we don't need them, right? So now if we just wait, it'll automatically save the settings. There we go. Light turned off here. Went to auto. Yeah, very simple setup. Now you can control your lights. Pretty basic. Did we leave that one on by a mistake? I think I might have. I wanted to turn it off. So let's go ahead and cycle through that again. So we're in auto there. Press it again. We'll turn this off. I didn't notice I had it on. And then we'll just, I think you hit the light button again. And yeah, cycle through and we're done. So that's how you turn the lights off. Now these are off. Sweet. So now we're saving energy, which is good, so we can focus on recording the radio and just listening to the radio. That's what I like. I even turned this marquee off, which I'll show you how to do in a moment. So yeah, it's a useful function. So marquee, let's go ahead and turn the radio on. So we'll press here. So you can go up and down frequency with this or with this. Fine tune. Or coarse tune. Really fast. That's nice.
And that doesn't make it a bad way to look at it. You're right.
Pause, play to mute, press and hold. But again, if you hit record, it will record silence. So just keep that in mind if you're this. So what I wanted to show you here is the marquee. As you can see up here on top, we got a marquee going on. So if I hit play, or unmute, I mean.
Is your idea of entertainment. Who am I to say that that's
pretty cool. So you can change it by hitting the mod button or mode.
And drinks. Right. So... and by
now
the
it's
way,
dancing.
I never win at dinner and drinks. I never once have they.
I think that's
"Guess
max.
what? Here's
And then
$700.
turn it off. So I've turned it off. When I turn the radio off, that gets reset. You gotta do it again. But just note that you just hit the mod button and it changes the mode of that.
We know that too. Now that you
Simple.
mention it. But enough about
So
your.
let's turn this off. I can't turn that part off. That little CW thing, that's always happens. Recording from the radio. Let's go ahead and record from the radio. So we'll go ahead and turn the radio back on. Tap power button.
Money I need to have to enjoy losing.
I want to record.
No, I mean,
So we'll double tap the key button.
I know.
Now we're recording.
Producer Pete, is that Mike on line one? Mike, you're
Showing
on
it here.
WGN. Jump in there, Mike. What do you want to say? Hi.
Hi, John. Thanks for taking my call. You know, it's gambling. If people want to spend their money on...
So if you want to stop it, you just hit pause play.
Let them. And, in fact, all the,
And done.
revenue from it should go to...
Now you can also use the app. Here, hit record.
We've got a problem. Let's find a creative
And you
solution
can
to solve it.
stop recording by hitting it
People
again.
waste their money on gambling on...
And of course, you can direct the frequencies here with the app and do most everything you can with the radio. Just somewhat convenient here, but you don't need it.
Revenue flow to pensions and get that off our backs.
I will take that to news.
Okay.
Mike, you've jump-started the conversation.
So let's go ahead and we just covered recording. Pretty simple. It records right to the SD card. Now, I did notice with this radio that if you start going over 2 hours, the file might become corrupted. I had one corrupted file, and I think it was because I was recording it for a long time. So I think if you're going to record long sessions, if it's going to be an hour, over an hour, hour and a half, you might want to pause it at a commercial break and then restart it. Just something to keep in mind. If you do like a 4-hour recording, it might be corrupted. I noticed that with a longer file, so be wary of that. So definitely keep it under probably an hour and a half to be safe, on the safe side, because it only has so much room to display, and I think it has a problem handling larger files on recording. So I wish it would just record by hour, but it doesn't. I think it records up to 90 minutes or 100 minutes, something like that, without errors. So yeah, let's cover some more buttons. So EQ. So if you go to EQ, just turn this back up.
Or at TrajanWealth.com. That's TRAJAN
Press and hold.
Wealth.com. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC.
Tap it.
SEC registered investment advisor. Client paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com. What matters most when choosing a financial partner? Great rates? Confidence your financial data is secure? Being treated like more than just an account number. Consumers Credit Union delivers.
Now, when you're tuning, you'll see this flashing icon here.
Not profit
And it
through
stops.
fees or less per.
When it's flashing, it allows you to quick tune. So you can hit step, and now we can quick tune with our little shuttle on the side. This way. This is nice. It's very handy on VHF and on airband. So if you're trying to go quickly through, this is nice, especially with shortwave too as well. But you'll find yourself using it on the VHF band, mostly. But that's how you do that. So when it's flashing, now let's put it back. Now we're back there. Awesome. So I think one of the last things I want to talk about was saving presets. That's a pretty big deal. So we'll go to 720. Let's see. We'll go down. Let's see. It's a quick way here.
Here's what the only team in.
Here's our course tuning, and then fine tune.
Whoa,
There we are.
let's things up. Get fired up with Hot Wings. A new...
So to save this preset, say 720. This is my favorite station on AM band. I want to save it in position 1. You have 199 presets on the AM band. Very simple. So what you're going to do is you're going to press and hold the memory button. That's going to preset flashing here with the 26. That's an empty spot, but we don't want to put it there. So we're going to use the, okay, I wasn't fast enough. So now it's on frequency mode. So we got to do that again. Press and hold. Use the shuttle to move it down, or use the buttons to go down. You can use these or this. This is just quicker for me, so I'm going to use the shuttle. And we're going to go to 1. And we're going to save it here by putting memo again. And it saves. Now, if you don't press memo again, it doesn't save. So you won't overwrite anything. If you're like, oh, wait a minute, I don't want to do that, just wait. And if you don't press memo again, it doesn't save it to that preset spot. So that's nice. Access your presets, just press memo once, just light tap, and now you got your presets. I think I saved 710 by mistake there. So in 3 is 720, but let's go ahead and make sure we save 720 to position 1. So we're going to go ahead and go to 720. All right, wait for that to stop flashing. And then we'll go memory mode, so we're going to press and hold. And we want preset 1. Go down to 1. And we'll save it. There, should be saved now. Press the memo button. There it is on preset 1. It's also on preset 3 for some reason, but you get the idea. And as you see here on the app, as I move through the presets, you can see it changing on the app as well. The app is very responsive, by the way. I like that. Very responsive. So it's a nice thing to have. You'll like it. It's convenient is what it is. All right, so that's how you save a preset. Very simple, very basic. Of course, weather band, I think is pretty straightforward. We'll go to that. Weather band, let's see, air band. There's our weather band here.
Mostly cloudy. A slight chance of snow after
Marquee.
midnight. Lows around 15.
Mode button.
Northwest winds around 5 miles per hour.
Turns
Chance
it
of
off.
Precipitation 20%.
I think, okay, so weather alert.
Tuesday, partly
I think it's
cloudy.
subband.
A slight chance of snow early in the morning.
Okay, so that just changes it, excuse me.
Miles per hour.
Okay, I think it's long
Chance
press,
of
band button.
precipitation 20%.
Okay, now it's on weather alert mode. As you can see, it says alert here as well. So if you've got a storm coming up or brewing, if an alert goes off, the radio will turn on, which is nice. Just keep it plugged in and ready to go. You don't have to have the app again. It's just showing you what's happening here. And then long press again, I think to turn it off. There we are. Now we're scanning all the frequencies looking for any active signals.
Thursday, mostly cloudy. Highs in the lower 30s. Thursday night, mostly cloudy. A chance of snow in the evening. Nearly steady temperatures around 30.
Cool.
Chance of precipitation 30%. Friday, mostly cloudy. Highs in the lower
All right,
30s.
so
Temperature
go ahead and
falling.
power this off. So as you can see, pretty straightforward. Just kind of want to go over basic functions. So you can go through your FM, your AM, shortwave, whatever you're listening to. You'll have it all at the touch of the buttons here, which are very straightforward again. Nothing I can say that is going to make it any easier or harder, but again, the important one is double tapping lock button for record now. And the new models here that if you buy one recently, you're going to have that feature. Your light control there, again, very simple to use. As long as the clock's showing there, you can change the lights. L1, L2, L3's on the back. Very straightforward, on and off. Turning the marquee, different modes with that button, the EQ button, the high-speed step button. That's also important. The memory functions as well. I didn't talk about setting an alarm because you can learn that on your own. And of course, the sleep function is pretty basic. Just press and hold the power button and adjust the sleep. Course tuning here, again, can be turned off or on. You don't have to use that if you don't want to, but I leave it on and I just it just makes it easy. But if you bump it, then you bump your frequency. So if you don't want to bump the frequency, then just keep it off. But I like having that on. And of course, you're fine tuning on the right here. And of course, shuttling for presets and tracks. So yeah, it's great. Now, just keep in mind, when you record, it records in stereo. Fantastic. I enjoy it. I record the radio, so I'm going to be using this radio for 30 days straight, and I'm going to be recording everything I listen to, so yeah, it's fun. So I hope you enjoyed this little mini video of the Raddy RF320, give you that basic idea what this thing can do. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. If you like this radio, give it a big like. 2, if you like Raddy products, want to see more, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon, get notified of future videos that kind of showcase these radios and what they can do. And 3, comment down below what you think about the RF320. Is there something I missed on a particular aspect of the ratio that you want to know? I'll answer it down there for you to make it easier so you can have some fun with your radio. So there it is, the Raddy RF320. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know. All right, talk to you later. We'll see you in the next one.